Are you struggling to spark engagement in your community? Imagine your content, live streams, community, and chat are so interactive that your audience can't resist joining in. I'm Dunk, and today we're diving into how to boost your community engagement with Social Connector, the ultimate tool to gamify and boost interaction across all your platforms. Social Connector is one of the best ways to gamify a community, and the beautiful thing is it's completely separate from being tied down to any one platform. Once you've signed up for Social Connector, which you could sign up at getsocialconnector.com through my link, once you have your account, you're going to be able to gamify basically anything through a tool called Zapier. If you don't know what Zapier is, or Zapier, I've heard people say it both ways. Let me know in the comments which one's the right way. If you've never used this tool, what it is there is triggers on one side and actions on the other. So I could have something trigger a zap, and then it could add a different reward point into Social Connector. It could be anything connected to Zapier, or I could do things manually directly through Social Connector. And this opens up so many doors where I could basically gamify anything that's connected to Zapier. I'll get back into this in just a minute, but let's jump into Social Connector so you could see exactly the back office of Social Connector as somebody that is creating a community. So you'll have access to all these AI-powered marketing automations, you'll be able to gamify a leaderboard, and then you'll be able to have a custom redemption site which comes with your account. They have two different pricing models. They have their monthly as well as their yearly. All right, so this is my back office. It's for my Dunk Rewards program, which I run through Social Connector. Now, there's just a couple things that I want to go through just so you know the layout of this page and you're comfortable with using it. We have this sidebar right here where it says Dashboard, Rewards Desk, Members, and there's some sub-tabs under here, and then Segments, and there's also some sub-tabs under here. And then we have this tab right here where it just shows our PFP, and then we have a few tabs right here under Dashboard. Under your PFP, you have your email address associated with your account, you have your ecosystem setup, you have your ecosystem login, and then you have your subscription center, and then you can log out. Let's quickly just go through this tab right here. Again, I'm going to click on ecosystem settings. Your ecosystem is basically where people see the rewards they've earned and they're able to claim them for whatever redemption. See, this is mine where I have Dunk Rewards. You can name your token. I just called mine S-Dunk, and you could update this later if you'd like. And if they want to redeem, they can redeem right here. This whole page deserves its own video, but I just wanted you to see what it looks like because we are going to be able to modify it on that other page. So if I click ecosystem settings, we can go through all the different tabs that we have here. Under overview, we have our name as well as our handle, and then our email address that we have associated with our account. If we want to change that, we could just hit update profile. Next, we have profile information. In here, we have our avatar, which is the same as the one up in the top right corner. And then we could update our email or password at the bottom. Now on this next tab, we have ecosystem configure. Just like this, we have our logo right here in the top left corner. You could update this logo right here just by putting in a new logo. If I scroll down, we could see the name of our rewards program. I call mine Dunk Rewards. If I wanted to change this, I could do that here. There is a symbol that is right here, which is just called S-Dunk. I could change this later if I wanted to. And then there is a coin label. I could change what it's called. I'm calling them points. You can call them whatever you want, coins, tokens, whatever you want to call them. Then we have a description for our rewards desk. Two different emails will go out. One is if they are signing up for Social Connector for the very first time. And then the other one is if they are brand new to Social Connector. So if they have another rewards program, for instance, there's the Icon Rewards program, and they run that also off of Social Connector. If they already have Icon and they sign up for Dunk Rewards, they would just get this new to ecosystem. And if they didn't have any other rewards program, they would get the new to Social Connector, and they'd get a more customized onboarding type email that would help them make sure that they're all set up because they've never had an account with Social Connector before. And here you could do direct integrations with things like Telegram, Discord, and Twitter to your account. Then on the last tab, we have settings. This is actually a very important tab. You could turn on two-factor authentication right here. Then if we scroll down, we could see that we have our API key for Zapier or Zapier, whichever one you want to call it. If you want to refresh it, say somebody saw your API key and you want to make sure that nobody gets to it, you can always refresh the API key and it will just erase the old one and create a new one. And if you did choose to, you could deactivate your entire account down below. Just be careful with this, you're deactivating your account. You are going to want to link your account to Zapier. So you would just click link to Zapier after you generated your API key, and it will bring up this page, and you're going to be able to accept invite and build a Zap, and it will connect that API key directly into Zapier. Then you will be able to come to Zapier, and when you come and search for Social Connector, you'll be able to see it right here and add in all your different Zaps directly to Social Connector. And I'm sure it goes without saying, never share your API key with anyone, because if somebody gets access to it, they could get access to your account. And if you do get value from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. It helps more creators find these videos so they can level up their content. We are now back on the main panel for Social Connector, and we have a couple different tabs that we want to go through. So the first one is just dashboard. Now we have a couple different things that we want to look at on here. When you subscribe to Social Connector, you get a token right here. So you get 10,000 a month, or if you do yearly, you get a bonus. And I bought a bunch of extra tokens ahead of time myself. But if you ever run out, you can just click top up and then submit the amount that you would like to get. And you see the price, or a fraction of a penny each. Now, if you want to add in a member manually, so say they already have a Social Connector account or they don't, either way, you would just come right here where it says members and hit add. You would add in their email right here and then the amount of rewards that you would like to send them. And then you could send them a custom note. And just so you know, if you do add the HTTPS / before your URL, when this email goes out, it will actually have a clickable link in their email. And that's how you would add somebody to your rewards program manually and not using Zapier or anything else, just directly on the rewards page. Now, the next tab is the rewards desk. The rewards desk is pretty straightforward. It's how you create different rewards that people could claim for your rewards program. Now, you can create a new reward just by clicking here. You give it a title, you give it a description, an image, how many points it costs. You could let people claim more than one, or you could just have them be able to claim just one. Maybe it's a one-on-one and they could only access one. Whatever you're doing, you can send a URL. I've even used Notion links here before to deliver the rewards. So don't overthink this. There's a lot of different ways that you could do this. Then below, you could turn it from active to inactive, and you could also make it so only a segment can claim it. Maybe you have a group of people that purchase something and only that group of people can claim this reward, or maybe they earned something or showed up to a live event and only people that showed up for that live event could claim this reward. There's a lot of cool ways that you can gamify this. And we do have these ones that I already have here. You can see I have this one AI stock footage that is activated. And if I go over to my actual rewards page, you can see that it's right here, and the rest are not there because they were shaded red, inactive. If I wanted to just switch this to inactive, I would just go to edit rewards and scroll back down and switch this from active to inactive, and it would disappear. And here's an example of me delivering something with a Notion page. Now the next tab is members, but I'm gonna jump over to segments because I wanna show you something. So I'm gonna click on overview first. With segments, there's two different types of segments. There's active and static. If you're going to do something like active, they could earn a reward if they have a certain amount of those points. And if they ever spent them, they may lose that role or lose that perk. You could say if somebody has 1,000 of your points, then you can go and claim this other reward. But if they have 999, then they can't. I'm just using 1,000 as a random number. You pick whichever number is right for you. Maybe they filled out a form and it triggered a zap, or maybe they clicked something in Discord, it triggered a zap, or maybe they did something in your community, it triggered a zap. So many things could add them into a static list. Let's just look at this example real quick and see what you would do if you created a static segment. If you just chose static right here and created the segment, I can go to view and I could add filters. I could say if they're in a segment, I don't want them to be included in something. Maybe they have rewards tokens, or maybe they made a purchase through a rewards page. A bunch of different ways that you could do this. I also mentioned active. If I wanted to create an active one, I'll just create one from scratch, and I'm going to make this an active type, and I'm going to say active status, and I'm going to hit submit. Now that we have testing, its type is active, its status is active. Just created it. There are no users in there. Has been no action. So I'm going to go ahead and view, and it's going to bring us back up to this list. And I'm going to be able to add a filter. With this, you may want to say people that have a certain amount of tokens. So I could say rewards tokens, and I could say anything is equal, is greater than, is greater than or equal, is less than or equal, or in between. And then I could just say maybe greater than or equal. And if I wanted to see anybody that had 500 Dunk rewards or more, make sure you hit save and not just say filter group. Save. There we go. Now it's saved, and I could save that filter group. So anybody that has the tokens that is greater than or equal to 500. So let's hit refresh list. There we go. Now we have April, Monica, and Maui Nancy, the 3 people in Dunk rewards that have over 500 rewards. And then you can gamify this any way. You can give them a special perk. You could do whatever you want. And remember, this is all done through Zapier. You could say a zap will only go through if they're in a particular segment in Social Connector. So these 3, they have at least 500 points. So I could also come over here to airdrops, and then I can create an airdrop, and I could say the only segment that I want is testing. And, I would name that better. We know that testing only has those 3 people that are in it. And I could give it a name. I could say that I want it to be something like 10 reward points. I can leave a note here, and then I would decide if I want it to be active. And then the one that I have right here where we have types, click on all types, which would mean that 10 points would go out to all 3 of them. Or we could do random, where it just randomly picks somebody. So if I said 2 people can claim, it would mean that 2 out of those 3 would win those 10 points. Or if I said 1, it would mean 1 out of those 3 would win those 10 points. That way you could randomly give a drawing and only give it to people that qualify. All right, now I'm going to jump back over to members. I wanted to make sure you understood segments before we jumped over there. So we're going to go to overview. Now, under overview, it's basically your leaderboard from the people that have the most points all the way down to the people that have the least. Now you can come here and you can just manually send a coin or a point to their account. So if I wanted to send more to Maui Nancy, I would just click here. No longer need to have their email address. I could just click that, hit the amount, and then also put a note. Remember, you could also put a URL there if you want to. One thing to note, you may be wondering what this membership ID is. It is actually a Solana blockchain wallet address. And you don't really need this right now. This is just in case you ever decide to take this on chain. It's a whole other conversation of what that means. Just know that whenever anybody creates a Social Connector account, it's creating this wallet address for them in the background. And then if they ever decide to use it, it's ready to go. It's part of Social Connector. You do not need to worry about this at all. It's completely irrelevant to what you're doing unless you are creating an on-chain token. But this page makes it super easy for me to just easily send somebody a one-time token. And before I go on anymore, I just wanted to invite you over to my community over on Skool. It's called Wealth on Autopilot. We learn all about different ways to make passive income with things like affiliate marketing and monetizing our community. I love using things like Social Connector in order to do that. You can come and join the conversation and hang out with us over at skool.com/wealth on autopilot. All right, so now we have gone over this page on how to send these manually. Now let's just go over to the next one, which is badges. I'm going to click on badges. Now I haven't done too much with badges myself yet, but what badges are is when somebody hits any kind of milestone, or maybe they come to an event, they could trigger a zap, which adds them into a segment. And that's the reason why I wanted to show you segments first. It adds them into a segment when they complete a zap, when they do something, say for instance, have a Google form that gets filled out. And when that form fills out, then it triggers a zap. We could do any of these things like add user to a segment. You can remove them from a segment. You could just send them a rewards point right away, whatever you'd like to do, but it's a simple flow. All you need to do to create a badge is create a badge, give it a name here, and then you would want to pick whatever segment you wanted. So if it was testing, that was the one that we just created, put in a description and say status. Then you can put a badge logo or icon right here. And then anybody that qualifies, it would just show up on the leaderboard right here under badges. And one of the things I really love about it is it doesn't tie you down to one platform. I could use this on Skool. I could use this on YouTube. I could use this on all kinds of platforms and not be tied down to say that I could only reward people on the one platform that I'm building a community on. So if you are ready to dive deeper into building a more engaged, loyal community with Social Connector, head over to getsocialconnector.com to explore it for yourself. And make sure that you watch this video next for other advanced tips and strategies with Social Connector. There is a lot to explore here, and I'm ready to help you every step of the way. Again, I'm Dunk. Keep creating, keep earning passive income, and I will see you in the next video.